March 8th, 2022. It's star 1978, star 8378. Nicole Cattaruzza. I'm watching the news floor at 7 on ABC. And apparently Mayor Eric Adams was in Bayside today. I had no idea. Again, there's no notice posted that he's coming. There's no calendar of events local. There's really no way to know if somebody, whatever, I know there's going to be a St. Patty's Day parade that I've seen posted. But he was in Bayside High School. I did not know that he actually attended Bayside High School, but that's what the Eyewitness News is saying. So if that's really where he went or not, I would have no way of knowing. I mean, he doesn't present himself as a New York City public school educated person. He comes off as though he has a good upbringing and background. He doesn't seem to be like city whatever. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. So this is the piece.
7 after with the forecast. Latest snow map is coming up in just a little bit. Sandra and Dave, back to you.
Thank you, Lee. Well, first at 4, the mayor is working to retain control of New York City schools.
State legislators will vote on the proposal from Governor.
Now this is interesting because the flag has the five stars, and then those. Now is that Oceania State? I'm confused because, again, it doesn't say, and some things don't transfer forward as I'm going through. On a mind read, they'd be able to say for sure, but I have no idea what that really is. Significant growth in preschool system, higher graduation rates, and 4-year extension. Again.
Governor Kathy Hochul to extend the control for 4 years. And Mayor Eric Adams says that control has led to higher graduation rates and significant growth in the preschool system.
However, not everyone is on board with this change, so the mayor was out today making his case. Eyewitness News reporter Stacey Sager has the story.
It was only the second time Eric Adams had returned to Bayside High School since he graduated, a place that holds fond memories for the mayor and some he'd rather forget.
I spent many days here frustrated why I couldn't learn, only to discover in college that I had a learning disability that was undiagnosed.
And if anything is clear as we come through this pandemic, it's that our kids' education is profoundly impacted. And so today, the mayor and school's chancellor driving home the point that state lawmakers can and should approve mayoral control of city schools.
Would have been unimaginable that we had to debate to open schools or close schools during the COVID conversation.
The concept began with former Mayor Mike Bloomberg back in 2002. Governor Hochul now submitting mayoral control as part of her proposed budget and requesting that it continue for 4 more years. But in what form, we don't yet know. What we do know is the pandemic has created a 2-year learning gap and a mental health crisis for kids.
Social emotional learning is something that we definitely need to address. Just these kids readjusting back into school is very important to us.
The mayor adding he hopes to continue EduStat, similar to the idea of ComStat in policing.
You should be able to gauge how your child is trending, where they're struggling.
Now, ComStat, I have nobody to bounce this one off of, but isn't that more military grade? I mean, is the local police department considered military grade? Because I'm pretty sure some of the scary places in the world that have, like, real militaries, when I look at NYPD, although I don't want to insult them, they have a different whatever. Like, even Capitol Police and then the NYPD are clearly different when they go to their uniform. They stand differently. They do different tasks. I mean, I have in NYPD, like, they're the strong arm. They just are. They have to deal with some really terrible whatever. And when I say Capitol Police, I'm talking about the uniformed by, like, the Tomb of the Unknown, because that's how they refer to it here. I don't know if there's a different, like, inner city police, but I have what the inner city police would be, like the strong arm, that actually has to interact and tussle with the public. It's a totally different animal as far as law enforcement goes.
Superintendent is now going to have to reapply for their jobs. It will be opened up.
Still, not every parent favors complete mayoral control as they debate how to tackle the problems of the future.
Mayoral control, to me, silences that debate because ultimately one person gets to make the decision and that's the end of it.
It is likely the New York State Legislature will approve mayoral control. It hasn't voted against it in the last 20 years. The deadline for the state budget is April 1st. In Bayside, Queens, I'm Stacey Sager, Channel 7. Eyewitness News.
We are following breaking news out of New Jersey.
It's March 8th, 2022.